930 acres, 75,000 seats. The massive mile-and-a-half Chicagoland Speedway filled to capacity today for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series 18th race of 2004. Tony Stewart has dominated the race so far, but the fans here right now seeing Jimmie Johnson lead into the final miles as we close in on the 300-mile mark. Our lows improvers and snoozers, guys who've improved the most from their starting position to where they run now.
Sterling Marlin not doing too bad. He's picked up 26 spots. Michael Walker 24, and DJ started 29th, is currently running 7th. Great move on his part.
And that's after an unscheduled pit stop and went back down a lap and got back a lap.
But I guess we've got another graphic that says...
We got some snoozers?
Oh, no.
Well, Casey Kane, yeah, that was a
crashed.
Deal. Yeah, crashed.
So
Ryan Newman crashed. And Jeff Burton crashed. So.
Yep. That's the not good side.
And Alan Bestwick should be on there somewhere.
Crashed. That'll be tonight.
Boy, that car is so good. I mean, Chad and these guys have done such a terrific job with this 48 car.
Man. All right, let's take you back through the top 10. Get updates from pit road. A mini through the field. Bill, start us off. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
In the battle of the home improvement cars, currently the blue and silver colors of Jimmie Johnson out front. They fixed the fender on their last stop, almost beat the 20 car off Pier Road. He now says the car is not stuck. It's just a tick on the free side, but good. Tony Stewart hasn't said a whole lot on the radio, just the fact that back on lap 196, he said it's a little bit too free on entry right now. They still have one more stop, Marty.
Elliott Sadler trying to run those front two guys down. Matt, he's in third, a little bit behind there, has not said a word since the last pit stop. This is an in-house Gates chassis. He told Todd Parrott, I want 5 more just like this. He loves this race car, same one that won at Texas. Behind him, Jeremy Mayfield. He said before this last pit stop, the car's just not in the track like I would like. Handles fine, just not in the track. They made a wedge adjustment trying to help him out, trying to catch those front guys, Bill.
Terry Labonte in the 5 car, his best finish so far this season, 7th, 3 times. Remember, we showed you that right front tire. They did not make any adjustments to the car. The adjustments we talked about were made earlier. No adjustments. They're hoping that was just a one-tire situation, that it won't come back and bite them. Sterling Marlin in the 40 car has been quiet all day, except on this set of tires, which, to put it mildly, he does not like. Chasing the 5, but he's not by him yet.
His troubles on pit road, still has a very fast race car. Actually lost a position on the restart back to 11th and has now passed 4 cars, and he's running down Terry Labonte. Marty?
The 88 is in 8th, Dave, and they've come from the back to the front, to the back to the front. This last stop, 4 tires, no changes for DJ. The car feels very good. 15th in points, but remember, only 66 points out of 11th, Dave.
Brian Vickers started the day on the outside of row 2. Remember, damage sent him back in the pack. He's worked his way back up. They put the best set of scuffs, according to them, on the car. No chassis changes last time down pit road. Matt?
Rounding out the top 10, and 10th is Jimmy McMurray in the 42 car. What a rebound. Remember, earlier in the race, he had to pit unscheduled to remove that debris out of the grill. Battled back, trying to solidify a nice finish today. They made an air pressure adjustment on his last stop. They're going to add that back on his next stop because the car is now really tight.
McMurray had a windshield tear off from another car just after the first set of pit stops. Get across what is a very small grill opening on these Nextel Cup cars, and engine temperature was shooting up. He had to come in and get it fixed. Nice rally.
As our pit reporters were taking us through the field of the top 10, I was looking at the score and monitoring. And I tell you what, if Mark Martin in that 6 car can get some track position,
yes,
he can race with these guys.
Yeah, he's fast, and he's looking for that clean air. I mean, his car, when he was separated from these cars, he ran them down really, really fast. Now that he's gotten to them, he's still faster, but he's about 2/10 slower than when he was by himself.
He just passed Terry Labonte and left him for 6th. Now he's working on Sterling Marlin for 5th. He's going to get him right here, Dave.
And Alan, he is trying so hard. After they had trouble on pit road, he came across the radio to his guys and said, on the second time, which was actually Mark's fault, he said, guys, I know that last one was my fault, but help me. Let's get our stuff together. We've still got a great race car. We can still do this. Let's work together. Weber?
Dave, Terry Labonte's starting to go the wrong way here at Chicagoland, and while you have to wonder, we saw that right front tire after 53 laps, you start wondering if he's got a tire issue and the handling of that car is starting to fade.
I'm telling you what, Bill, I'd be surprised if he didn't. If they did not make an air pressure change, I'd be real curious this to see what that right front tire looks like when he comes in, because you are right. He's been dropping back. He's lost 4 positions here in about the last 5 or 6 laps.
And the one reason they didn't make a change because they were happy with how the car was handling, and they didn't know that tire problem existed until they already had it off the car.
Ah, that's a good reason. That's a real good reason. And if you can get away with running that pressure low in that tire, it's going to turn better. But that's the trade-off. You're really pushing the envelope on having troubles with the tire by running the pressures that low.
So you see Dale Jarrett by Terry Labonte to pick up 7th spot, and the 2-time champ is back to 8th. 62 laps to go here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Jimmy Johnson out in front of Tony Stewart by 1.5 seconds. Johnson trying to close in on that #1 spot for the chase for the Nextel Cup. Tony Stewart's dominated today, but Jimmy Johnson of El Cajon, California is the leader in the late laps. Back at Chicagoland Speedway, caution is on the track. Mike Bliss has just crashed off turn 2.
All right, now we're in a situation that all these cars can make it to the end of the day. So pit crews, get your A game.
Mike Bliss running in 26th position, a couple of laps down to the race leader at the time of his accident. The NASCAR Busch Series competitor for Joe Gibbs Racing, who started today in 7th position, but he has hit the safer barriers a good pop over in the 2nd corner.
Take a look here, BP.
Coming off turn 2.
The last part of it there.
Didn't look like anybody was around him to make contact. Just a simple losing control off the corner.
Did get the safer barrier, though.
Much welcome.
Much welcome. He thanks you.
I talked to a guy the other day that told me that these safer barriers will reduce the impact about 40% on average.
I can believe that because I've hit enough without them. That hurts.
I know it does.
And you see Mike out of the car, so good news for his friends and family, and Mike Bliss okay, but the caution is out in this race.
I think we're going to see any 2-tire stops right here.
I don't think so.
Everybody's going to take 4. Casey Mears is a lucky dog, and he's been a very fast car all day long, so this is a big break for him.
Yeah, we got 58, it'll be 57 laps to go when they stop. That's almost a full fuel run, so you're going to need the 4 tires.
Yep.
Because you're gonna have to wait on the gasoline anyway.
Right. And here's where the pit crews earn their money.
What were those 2 words we talked about earlier today? Track position.
Yes.
If Tony Stewart's crew can get him out quicker than Jimmy Johnson's crew.
This is
or if Mark Martin's crew can get him out.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he is very fast in that 6 car.
Here they come. Critical final pit stops. Marty Snyder starts us off.
Or the M&M's gang might win this race off pit road. They're nicknamed Chocolate Thunder by themselves. Their last 2 stops, 13-2, 12-9. Half round out of the left rear. Elliott's just a little bit tight. Todd Parrott said we need 4 tires to go to the end. Dave?
Redemption time for the 6 crew. Air pressure adjustments in 3 of the 4 tires for Mark. The car is just a little bit tight. They coming around to the left side trying to get out pit road first. Matt?
The top of your screen, Jimmy Johnson, the leader. An air pressure adjustment in the right rear. They're going to take a half a pound back out of the inner line. It's going to be a battle out between the 20 and Stewart and the Home Depot car, the Lowe's car. Looks like the 20 got him.
And right now,
got them all, Bill.
40 and the 19 are out in front, Bill.
Yeah, the 40 took 2 right side tires and fuel, and I'll tell you, they better make sure that fuel thing got full, but they gambled on 2. We'll see how it happens. Sterling was a little loose getting into 1, but he said it's not too bad. We'll see what happens.
And they're not the only ones that took just 2 tires, Bill. Jeremy Mayfield got 2, and Joe Nemechek in the 0-1. Right side tires only. How about 25, Dave?
No changes on the chassis, Alan. They did take on 4 scuffed tires and filled it full of fuel. Brian very happy with the car.
He got off pit road very well, too.
Man, that's a long time on left side tires, BP.
How about the 19, Marty?
Yeah, and Jeremy Mayfield said the only adjustment I want is a little track position. They've had a great car all day long. They've tried it before. It worked before. 2 tires for the 19 bunch.
I agree with your statement before, Wally. The question is, did they get it full of fuel?
Yeah.
They weren't there very long.
No, I bet not.
We'll find out. 57 to go here at Chicagoland Speedway, the Tropicana 400. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.